Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am so excited because I finally have my at-home glute workout to show you. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. I actually just finished this workout and I was sweating so much and I was so out of breath. It is a very challenging at-home workout without obviously a lot of resistance because you're using at-home gym equipment. It was killer. My glutes were burning the entire time, like cramping up and everything. So I know I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. I'm actually really happy because now I don't have to go to the gym. I hope you guys love this workout and really enjoy the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up to let me know to do more videos like these. Don't forget to subscribe to see my future videos. If you are already subscribed, you can hit the bell button and then that will give you notices to let you know when I do post a video. Recording this workout has inspired me so much. I actually have so many more ideas for specifically glute exercises at home and for like upper body. So I can't wait to show you guys those. I will be releasing an at-home glute program soon. It's not ready yet, but please stay tuned for when I do. You can also follow me on Instagram and I'll be sure to post about it there. All right, so without further delay, let's get into the workout. Hi again. So I started my workout off with hip thrusts. A hip thrust is a glute bridge where your back is elevated. So you can use a bench here. I'm just using the sofa. So what you want to do is position yourself such that the edge of the bench or sofa is right under your shoulder blades, and then you want to pull your shoulder blades back, so retract them, and then kind of use your upper arm to push back against the bench so that you can keep your back nice and tight. You want to have a wider than squat width stance, and you want to point your toes out slightly. As you're doing the hip thrust, you want to lower yourself and almost pull your butt towards your ankles while obviously keeping your backs at the same position on the bench. I decided to warm up on the hip thrust with no weight, and then I proceeded to do another warm-up set just with the band. So I'm using a hip circle just above my knees, and when I'm using this, I'm activating my glute medius, so I'm making sure that I'm pushing my knees out against the resistance of the band, hip abduction, and this is something that you need to be conscious of. So as you can tell, my toes are actually hovering, they're not touching the ground. This is a really easy way to make sure you're keeping your weight back on your heels. Then I moved on to my working set, so I used the medium resistance mini band, and then I also threw on 2 sand ankle weight bags. Each weighs 5 kg, which is approximately 10 pounds, so it's around 22 pounds. And then I found this to be adequate resistance for 3 sets of 15. It was quite difficult actually, especially as I was remembering to push my knees out during the exercise. So imagine sitting your butt into your ankles and then on the way up, pushing through your heels and squeezing your glutes from the bottom all the way up back over your head. So if you can keep all of these in mind, then I promise you it will be the best hip thrust you've ever done. When you're doing a lift, sometimes it can be difficult to remember all of these different cues at once, but try to focus on one at a time. So you might want to focus on keeping your knees out as the first one, and then maybe once you have that down pat, then focus on the next one, which would be digging your heels into the ground. These were absolutely killer. My glutes were cramping by the end of this exercise, and I just did them as normal, so not a superset, just 1 set of 15, then break, then another set of 15, break again, and the 3rd set of 15. On the 3rd set, however, I did do a drop set, so I just took the weight off and I ended up getting 20 reps before my glutes felt like they were gonna fall off. After I finished the hip thrust, I moved on to a superset. So for the first exercise in the superset, I did a dumbbell front squat using the hip circle. So what I'm doing here is pushing my knees out against the band and sitting back. I stumble a little bit because I'm really focusing on keeping my weight back on my heels. That's gonna be a theme when it comes to glute exercises. You wanna keep the weight on your heels and the outside of your foot. Push out with your knees on the mini band, kind of like doing a hip abduction like you would on that hip abduction machine. And you're going to sit back and down, press through your heels, making sure that you're consciously squeezing your glutes from the very bottom of the squat and all the way up, keeping your weight backwards, the dumbbells are going to act as leverage to make sure that you're able to keep more of your weight back. That's the benefit of holding the dumbbells in front of you rather than like you would in a back squat. The second exercise of the superset is probably going to look a little funny to you guys. It does look a little bit weird, but you're doing this at home, so no one is there to judge you. What you're gonna do is hold the dumbbells together, bend at the hips, and squat backwards, trying to get your bum as low as possible, but while aiming to bring the dumbbells behind your heels. So that's gonna be the biggest part, because that cue is going to make sure that your back becomes parallel with the floor. Holding the dumbbells this way and doing more of a hip hinge style movement just allows you to load glutes in a little bit of a different way. For the dumbbell deadlift, again, I want you to work on pushing your knees out and start contracting your glutes at the very bottom of the exercise. So learning how to turn your glutes on when they're in the stretched position at the bottom of a deadlift or the bottom of a squat is something that is difficult, and it usually doesn't come naturally to most people. So you just need to have patience and even stop at the bottom and then remind yourself to start squeezing your glutes there. And then over time, this will become second nature. Since these exercises don't have a lot of resistance, it's really important that you are using your glutes through the whole range of motion. So definitely use this opportunity to try to gain a better mind-muscle connection with your glutes. For the next superset, I'm using my resistance band set. You just want to thread the band through and then close it in the door like so. For the first exercise of the superset, I'm doing a cable squat. This movement pattern is going to be actually very similar to the dumbbell deadlift. However, the resistance is pulling your body. Think of it kind of as a hip thrust, except instead of pushing down at your hips, it's pulling up on your torso. So you're going to act as if it's a squat at the bottom, and then you're going to act as if it's a hip thrust near the top. You're going to start squeezing your glutes at the bottom all the way through to the top, at which time you're allowing the band to pull your shoulders forward while locking your hips with your glutes. Moving on to the second exercise in the superset, I'm just gonna change the handle for the 2 ankle straps, and I'm doing a cable pull through, otherwise called a cable squat through, which is a term that I invented, and now I'm seeing it used all over, so I'm really proud of myself and I'm glad that people like this exercise. With this exercise, you want to keep all of your weight back on your heels, and you're going to squat your butt back towards the cable. As you initiate the concentric, which is as you stand up, you want to really focus on starting to squeeze your glutes then. So you need to engage your glutes from the bottom of the movement, and then you're going to thrust your hips forward as you straighten out. At the top, you want to really squeeze your glutes, like maximum glute squeeze. You're going to probably see butt dimples. You can see mine in this video. You're going to be doing 15 reps of each of these exercises. It's not like 15 is a magic number. I just found 15 reps to be a really good balance between getting a manageable resistance with the tools that I had and also doing enough reps for it to be challenging. If you can't do that many, do less or just do as many reps as you possibly can. I use the heaviest resistance band in my pack of resistance bands for these 2 exercises. For the third and final superset of this workout, I did a cable glute kickback. Here I switched to the lightest resistance band and I put it a little higher in the door, around knee height. I used the ankle straps tight around each of my ankles. I love this cable set, by the way. I highly recommend it. I just bought mine off of Amazon, so just search your Amazon for resistance band and I'm sure a ton will come up. And no surprise, I did 15 reps on each side. I usually do 12 to 15 reps on glute kickbacks, so this worked out pretty well for me anyway. For this exercise, I want you to push against the wall using the coordinating hand to the leg that is kicking back, if that makes sense. And you can put your opposite arm on your hip or your thigh like I did for balance. You want to be pushing as much as possible against the wall to hold yourself sturdy, and as well to allow yourself to bend completely over such that your torso is near parallel with the ground. For an ideal glute kickback, you should kick out and back. So you're rotating your knee outwards and you're kicking as if you're kicking a box along the floor, and then you're sweeping your leg back behind you as if you're trying to kick your ankle as far away from your body as possible while squeezing your glutes to the side. The glutes work best at that angle, so you get the best of both worlds between a hip abduction and a hip extension. So you want to kind of trace an arc with your foot through the air and squeeze that booty at the top. The reason why I bring my knee as close as possible to the door without losing the resistance in the band is to allow my glute to stretch. I find when you feel your glute stretch, you get a nice stretch reflex and you can more easily engage your glute from the very beginning of the movement. For the second exercise of the superset, I did a band kickback. So it's going to be a very similar movement. However, your hips are more extended, so you're standing more upright. Again, what you want to do is not only kick back, but kick out to the side. So you're kicking in somewhat of a diagonal movement so you can get that maximum glute contraction. Other than that, this exercise is pretty straightforward. Just try to play around with these exercises so that you can feel it most in your glutes, but usually I find these are good tips that I've used for clients in the past as well. It's just me. Oh, and I did 15 to 20 reps of this one. I think I did 15, 15, and 20. And like I said, this isn't a superset. You should be dying by the end of this. So that's the end of this glute workout. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, etc., all that good stuff. Oh, and another really exciting thing, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of these leggings that I'm wearing. So I'm wearing the Gymshark Flex leggings in mint and light gray. I have an extra pair of these in a size extra small, so I'm really sorry that I can't give more sizes than that. I just had an extra one that I don't need because I have enough clothes as it is, so I wanted to give away this pair of leggings. So obviously, if you fit a size extra small to a small, usually a size 2 up to a 4, maybe even 6 US, then these leggings will fit you. So I will be announcing the details of this giveaway on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram. There's a link in my bio and I'll post the details there. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!